Hi guys, welcome back to yet another video. If you're new around here, my name is Marcelina. I am a 15-year-old teen author, and on this channel I make weekly writing vlogs that describe my process and the reality and ups and downs of being a teen author while I work on my second mystery romance book, labeled Innocent Presumed Dead, set to be released sometime in February of 2026, as well as a lot of short form edits and such of all of my beloved characters. So if that all sounds like your cup of tea, please consider sticking around, or at least checking out this video to see if you like me and my style. So anyway, as you can tell from the title, this is another writing vlog, and we are continuing writing the opening scenes and opening few chapters of Labeled Innocent Presumed Dead. Now, I did a vlog similar to this last week, although it was me getting started with just like the prologue, chapter 1, the first half of chapter 2, so I low-key did not make that much progress. Last half of it was just me complaining I was in a burnout. But if you haven't watched that yet and you want to catch up to just get the full context behind this, I will have that video linked in the description down below. In the meantime, for all y'all here still watching, we are continuing right where we left off. So, fun fact, this is one of the cool things about recording is, like, you guys do not know the behind the scenes. Like, you see me recording these clips and you have no idea when I film them because I post always on Fridays. So, I just have to record all the clips sometime within the week period because I pre-make them a week so that I'm less stressed. But the last clip from last week's vlog that I recorded actually took place last night. Yeah, it is literally the next day. It is Wednesday, May 28th. Do I have that much more to update you on at the moment compared to what I said yesterday? Not really, but this vlog will probably be spanning over the next 4 or 5 days, at least until Monday. I like to finish recording around Monday, Tuesday, so I can edit everything. Hopefully this weekend, fingers crossed. We, for the most part, are picking up exactly where I left off. I'm still halfway through chapter 2. That has not changed. Actually, it's currently 12:30. It is noon. I literally just got home from another student council event. If you saw, again, last week's vlog, I'm going to keep referencing it because a lot of the things are still relevant. If you saw that, I had like a 4-hour prep event. We call it a deco day. Basically, we're just kind of preparing, painting posters for the first week of school so that we have less to do actually in August. So it's just kind of planning ahead and stuff, which was really fun. I did have a donut or two. So there was that. But I just got home, so I am in the midst of replying to YouTube comments because I have like 20 unanswered ones. And if you know me, if you've been around for a while, you'll know I really like to connect with my community and my audience and really cultivate a warm, tight-knit family almost. And so I will heart and reply to every single comment. Like, I don't know, it's really fun for me and I just love connecting with you guys and kind of building a friendship. So the thing is it's a little overwhelming because a lot of my audience are from different time zones. So a lot of their comments pop up, at least when I'm sleeping. They're probably not, but it's like in the middle of the night for me at least. So then usually what I'll do is when I wake up in the morning and like throughout the day, like the first few hours of the day, I'll reply to all of them. But as soon as I woke up, I had to immediately start getting ready, and then I've been at the event. I've responded to a few of them. I still have a lot left though, which isn't a problem. Like, I sound like I'm complaining. It's fun. I enjoy it. You guys are so sweet, and you really boost my motivation anyway. So when I am in a slump, like I sort of kind of am now, it really helps to read all of your encouraging messages. But yeah, I have to do that. I have to eat. I'm hungry. All I had to eat was a bagel this morning and then like the 2 donuts. So I need actual like food. I'm probably gonna have like a nectarine or something. I need fruit. And then I need to work on editing last week's vlog, which technically is this week's. It's so confusing. It's hard for me to explain it to you, but anyway, I don't have last week's vlog edited and it comes out in 2 days. And I only have half of it done, so I gotta work on that. Finish making the thumbnail for that, write the description for that, because again, I like to pre-make all of that so I'm less stressed when it comes time for me to post it on Fridays. I need to make an edit for tomorrow because I have none. again, I like to pre-make my content, so I usually pre-make my edits and save them in a folder on my phone like a week in advance, and I don't have anything for tomorrow and I need to post tomorrow. So I gotta make an edit. I have like inspo edits, songs I want to use, or like if it's like a certain layered audio with like a voiceover on it, like those I have saved that I really want to use that fit a certain character, a certain scene. Oh my gosh, I have to write a newsletter because I think I'm going to send out a newsletter Friday or Saturday, or I may just skip one this week. I don't know what I want to do. I just have a lot to do. What I'm trying to say is I probably won't get much writing done, so don't expect another update from me tonight unless it's like something about any of the other miscellaneous admin author stuff that I mentioned. Probably gonna stay up late to write, or more likely than not tomorrow, so we'll see. Anyway, I've been rambling for 7 minutes. I just need to shut up and I will update you guys later. Welcome to the vlog. Guys, it's literally midnight. Okay, it's midnight. I need to stop doing these. These updates are not beneficial because I should not be staying up this late. I'm exhausted. It's literally the same day that I recorded the intro. I'm very, very tired from the student council events. But of course, my impulsive, always creatively active self cannot go to sleep for the life of me, and I'm instead writing. So, I've written 500 words, I believe. Doesn't even really matter. I finished chapter 2. That's what I really wanted to update you guys on, because I don't know in the first vlog if I like made a formal announcement that I finished the first chapter. So we officially finished chapter 2. I wrote the last line, which is really, really good. It kind of ends on a cliffhanger-y type thing, because then the meet cute is in chapter 3. So like it's the intro, like the lead-in setup to that. Pretty much diving into it then, which will be tomorrow's thing. I don't think I'm going to write anymore because it requires a certain level of awakeness and concentration that I just simply do not have right now. So, as you can probably tell by my word choices, I'm falling asleep at the moment. My eyes are fluttering closed. But I just wanted to let y'all know that we finished chapter 2. Hooray. The total word count for the manuscript is sitting at almost 5K. I think we're at 4,950 something. Honestly, 5K for like 3 chapters so far, because if you count the prologue, is pretty on par for me. I was trying to have shorter chapters. That was my goal for this book, but I don't know anymore. I always say that, and then my chapters end up being so freaking long. But yeah, also another thing that's really exciting about what I did tonight. I had written a scene. I can't really talk about it, but I'd written a scene with a character that I thought was just gonna be like one of those background characters that you guys know what I mean. I'm bad at describing it, but like they're there for one scene and it's literally like the most mundane scene ever. Like it's so arbitrary. They're just there for that one thing, just to serve a purpose for that one time instance, and then you never see them again. Like they don't even get a name because they're that insignificant. So I'd written a scene with this one guy that I thought was going to be so insignificant. Whatever, I really did not care. And then now that I finished chapter 2, he's like in the first section of the second half of chapter 2, if that makes sense, because there's a scene break, so it's split up. And I realized that I could actually do something with him. I could make him another character. I could make him an alias for another character that's going to end up being extremely crucial to the plot twists and the betrayals later on. And I feel like for a certain thing that I made him do, that I forced him to do, I would have needed to give him a motivation to do it anyway, like a reason of like why he would even be looking in the first place. And so I think if I make him another character, now I have my reason. So I think it all makes sense. But I love these. Like it's unintentional foreshadowing. I wasn't even planning to do this, but it's perfect. It's actually gonna benefit me so well, and it's going to make the twist hit even harder. So at the end of the day, that's all I want. So I'm just really happy because it was really natural. I genuinely did not plan to make this character, this other character, the same person, but it all worked out. So I love that. Anyway, that probably didn't make any sense. Most likely a combination of it being past midnight now. It's currently 12:02, and I'm delirious and sleep talking at this point, but also I have to speak in very big terms, especially because this is a thriller mystery, and any little revelation or even name drop that I give y'all will spoil everything, I swear. So I gotta keep things ominous for the plot, of course. No pun intended, but yeah. Anyway, that was my update. I will talk to you guys tomorrow when I'm more awake. Bye. Good night. Guys, oh my gosh, it is currently 5:33 p.m. on a lovely Thursday. I don't even know. When it's summer break and I don't have school, the days of the week get all mixed up for me, so I have no idea. I think it's Thursday though. First of all, little confession, I ended up staying up until 3. Because in the previous clip that you saw, I mentioned how it was midnight and I just finished chapter 2 and all that good stuff. I ended up staying up for 3 more hours. I was not writing. I wasn't really doing anything productive relating to Labeled Innocent Presumed Dead. I needed a break. My head was so clouded with like stuff for the book. I needed to do something else to distract myself so I can lock in today. But because of that, I ended up, I think, staying up a little too late. I woke up at 1 p.m. today. Your girl slept in a lot, like quite a bit more than necessary or the usual. So when I woke up, it was already midday. Like, I feel like I wasted half the day. I feel refreshed, which is great. Sometimes when I wake up, I feel really groggy, but I don't feel like that at all. Like, I feel really energized. But downside of that, I wasted a lot of time today. So I already got a late start to the day, and then I had to like work on some videos, post and edit today. A very depressing one at that. If you know, you know. If you were there for that, you know. But I posted that, and then I got some instant comments popping up of people agreeing how depressing it was and asking why I do this to them, and I'm just like, it's for the plot, guys. Literally, it's for the plot. I just could not get in the headspace, so I didn't start writing the Jade and Natalia meet cute that I've been hyping up that happens in chapter 3 specifically. That's literally all that happens in chapter 3. As soon as they part ways, that's when the chapter ends. And so I didn't even start writing that till about 2 hours ago, around 3-ish. I've already written almost 2,000 words in the 2.5 hours, and it's going so good. You have no idea. I'm debating sharing some teaser quotes because, guys, the things that Jaden says, the things that come out of this man's mouth, like, it reminds me so much of, if you've read Powerless, I feel like everyone's read Powerless at this point. If you haven't, go read it. Literally, please, 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 please. But the first interaction that Kai and Peyton have when they bump into each other and she steals from him, but like, just like the banter and the instant nickname that he gives her, and just like the way that they so effortlessly interact upon first meeting, but like they don't trust each other, but it's just like it's so freaking addicting. Like the banter, I love writing banter, I love reading banter. It just makes for the best sizzling romantic chemistry, and it really makes us want to root for the couple in the first place. So that's like something super important to me. I cannot have a good couple without banter. Like, that's essential in the process. So the meet cute has so much of that kind of like Kai energy. I don't know if I've actually said this on my channel. I know I compare Jaden to like Jameson from the Inheritance games and Jeremiah from The Summer I Turned Pretty, but he's also very like Kai coded in ways that Kyle isn't. Like, Kyle is very Conrad, Aaron Warner, Zayden from Fourth Wing kind of energy, but like the way that Kai, just like specifically the flirtiness and the absolutely smooth with words quality and possession that Kai has over his vocabulary, like, oh my goodness, that is Jaden to a T. So I've been having so much fun. I've been on the couch literally next to my mom, so I'm trying not to like freak out visibly too much, but I am like giggling and screaming and squealing and kicking my feet, and it's the best time. Like, writing this banter is so much fun. I think we've hit 6,000 words total in the manuscript. We're at a really, really good spot right now. I am almost done with the 3rd chapter. They're almost parting ways at this point, but I just realized it's 5:30. I got up at 1. I didn't eat. I've not eaten all day. I've not eaten since yesterday. Like, I'm not starving myself, I swear. I've gotten so engrossed in this scene that I physically could not bring myself to get away from my computer, get off the couch, and eat something. Like, I've just been so encapsulated by this. There are some lines that are definitely gonna have to be worked out and brushed through with a fine-tooth comb in editing, because some lines are a little borderline cringy, but I'm just like, it's the first draft. Like, first drafts do not have to be perfect. I will repeat that. I will scream that off the building. Like, for real, say it louder for the people in the back. First drafts do not have to be perfect. They're first drafts. that's why you do multiple rounds of editing. I think with The Blood That Divides Us, I did 9 or so rounds of edits, and I've talked about this before in other videos, but that's the beauty of it. A first draft is simply to get your ideas on paper, or in this case, a Google Doc. And a really good saying that I heard a while ago from another YouTube channel was, you can always edit a bad page, but you can never edit a blank page. And that is so true. That is very accurate. And I feel like that's something we should all live by. I'm just getting words on the page. I just have to use a translator, but it's on Google Translate. It's like this really, really good, high quality, professional online translator, because there's a lot of like Russian, because Jaden speaks pretty fluently in Russian. He is Russian by definition from his father, but like, they don't live there anymore, obviously. This book takes place in Minnesota. I don't know if I said that either, but yeah, he speaks pretty fluently in Russian now. And so I have been writing some like straight flirty lines in Russian, and then Natalia's like, huh? And then he's like smirking, and then he like translates. And then she's in the state where she's like very, very paranoid, which makes sense due to what happened with her sister and all that. But like, she is like, doesn't trust a word out of his mouth. She's not even blushing. Obviously those words are having an effect on her, but she's trying so hard to be like, this guy is probably a serial killer. The odds that he's a serial killer are really, really high. I'm not about to be a walking statistic. What am I doing? And then she like just doesn't talk to him much at all, but he like carries the conversation. He yaps so much. It's so fun. He's like literally just like a chronic yapper, which is like kind of relatable, low-key. But it's, anyway, I'm the one yapping too much. But all I wanted to come on here to say was that we're almost done with the meet cute. Not quite, like I said, I still have a little bit longer, but it's going really well. Oh my gosh, I am feeding you guys with this. I am so excited. I don't even care if you're not team Jaden. Like, there's some really swoon-worthy stuff in here, and I'm having the time of my life. I don't even care if it's like gonna make it to the final draft. I'm having fun, and that's all that matters. So yay. Guys, I just finished writing Allison's chapter, which, by the way, if I didn't say this already, she gets her own POV chapters every so often. She has a handful that are like flashbacks to what actually happened the day she disappeared and like the months leading up to that. So chapter 4 is the first Allison flashback that we get. I just finished writing it. Oh my gosh, it's in the form of a diary entry, which makes it even more fun. But oh my gosh, the foreshadowing is insane. Like, I'm genuinely so proud of myself for writing this. This is like some top level stuff. I'm so excited. Wow, this is crazy. This is actually insane. Also guys, side note, don't read the actual chapter, but I added this cute little symbol. It's actually an image. I can make a video on how to do this if you guys want. I might talk about it later or just in a separate vlog. But yeah, I used Canva. Well, actually, okay, I used Canva on my phone, and then I just sent the image to myself in an email. And then I saved it, and then I just added it here. Because it gives like a playlist vibe. And then I said, now playing Tag Your It by Melanie Martinez. It's perfect. I'm actually obsessed. It fits the vibe so well. I'm gonna do this for all Allison chapters, but just Allison chapters. So much is legit happening in one day. What do you mean I just wrote the Natalia Kyle meet cute? Or should I say meet hate? Because whereas the Jade and Natalia meet cute was like super flirty, very Kai Pei-esque, this one is like enemies to lovers at its finest. Oh my goodness, what am I doing? Currently listening to Heartless by The Weeknd, and it's like so perfect, giving me all the motivation right now. We love that. I cannot. I'm currently listening to Teacher's Pet by Melanie Martinez. Oh my gosh. This is not an excited jump, by the way. I just read chapter 9. Holy moly, it was a wild one. Oh my gosh, I'm shook. I'm genuinely shook. What did I just write? Like, if you read the Boys of Tommen series, it's like some Lizzie and Mark type stuff. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Y'all are gonna hate me. Y'all are, like, I actually can't right now. Y'all are gonna need therapy, and then you're gonna sue me for what I just did, because the angst that I just wrote. It's nothing to be happy about. Like, I sound like I'm very giddy and excited. It's the opposite. I am just strongly reflecting on my own life choices and wondering what is wrong with me, because the scene I just wrote is so gut-wrenching and so sad. The cue the nervous laugh because oh wow, okay, I guess we're going this direction. We're 9 chapters in, and I just did that. Wow. This is, wow. Y'all are gonna hate me. Yay. Y'all are actually gonna hate me for this, like, no joke, this is bad. Anyway, let me go back to writing depressing things, because that's what I do best. But for real, y'all are gonna hate me. I just had to say, that was really hard to write. I wanted to throw up 10 times. Y'all know exactly when you read it, but oh my gosh, this is bad. It's necessary for the story, but I hate it. Justice for Allison, that's all I'm trying to say. Guys, real quick, I just wrote a scene. I just wrote a scene. My girl Natalia punches Santiago, as she should, as girly should. But now there's conflict, because now Kyle's mad at her, Jaden's mad at her, Era's like on the fence, because she sees both sides, like, but valid, very valid. If I was her, and I actually had the courage to do all that to like an FBI, I would, because what Santiago said, like, we get it, but like that was on a line. So anyway, this is fun. Hey guys. Oh my gosh. You will never believe it happened. Today is currently Saturday, May 31st, exactly 1 week from when I began drafting Labeled Innocent, Presumed Dead. I'm very happy to say that we've officially hit 10K. We have hit 10,000 words in the manuscript. Not only that, but today, thus far, in order to hit that 10K, I've already written 4,119 words. Like, hello? Are you kidding me right now? Like, genuinely, I have no words. Because, mind you, my average daily word count is anywhere from like 1,500 to 2,000, maybe 2,300 on a good day. The most words I've ever written, I've never been able to do a 10K day. I've seen so many others do it, and I've always been so jealous, because that would be the dream. And I plan to do or attempt a 10K day at some point in this process, probably as I get closer to the end, like maybe finish off the book. So I am going to be vlogging that. So just a little preview into some content coming up. A 10K day is in the works for sure, but I have actually never written that much in a day. The most I've written in a day was over 6,000 words, 6,100, I believe. And mind you, I was like writing early morning of, like 2 in the morning of, all day, and then I spent that night writing, but I all counted it toward one day because it was all technically that same day. But that's the most I've ever written. So today's word count of over 4,000 actually checks out within like the top 3 highest word count days that I've had, like the most words I've written in one day. So the fact that I'm breaking records in and of itself is wild. But then also, this is my best day for Labeled Innocent, Presumed Dead. 6,000 was my best day for The Blood That Divides Us. But I haven't had like a really mind-blowing, outstanding day with this project yet. So we kind of ate. We kind of ate with that. So yeah, what updates can I give you that are like non-spoiler? I have a newsletter coming out about this soon, because I have, whenever I've been posting updates about like, oh, I'm already on chapter 5, I hit 10K words, y'all are like, how are you going so fast? Honestly, like, I don't have a good, like, adequate answer that would probably satisfy y'all, but what I can say, I would say the number one thing that's helping me write super fast is the chapter by chapter outline that I did 2 vlogs about right here. I will link them in the description down below if you're interested in checking them out and have not already. But basically, if you're new here, the chapter by chapter outline is a 2-column chart that I make in Google Docs. In one column goes the chapters, so chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3, etc. And then the right-hand column goes anywhere from, I would say, a 1 to 3 sentence description. Very short, you know, it doesn't even have to be full complete sentences, like it could be abbreviations, whatever. Just a short description of what's gonna happen in each chapter. That kind of serves as like a roadmap or a guide to help you, so that when you actually sit down and have a writing session and you have time, let's say you can only cram in an hour. If you don't, or well, speaking from my personal experience, not everybody's, because I know not everyone's as much of an outliner as I am, but if I'm sitting down, let's say I only have an hour to work, but I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what scene I'm even working on, I don't even know what's gonna happen, I'm kind of winging it, or discovery writing as they say, that's probably gonna take 30 minutes of the brainstorm. But yeah, then I only have like 30 minutes left. So we wasted half the time, which isn't productive. Like, how are you gonna get anything done? And it could be even less. Like, if I'm contemplating everything for 50 minutes, I have 10 minutes. I don't know about you guys, but what can I write in 10 minutes? Like, I've really grown to love and grown adapted to the chapter by chapter outline. Honestly, it wasn't something I did years ago, but within the last like 2 years maybe, especially within the last year that I've kind of transitioned over to the mystery thriller genre, it's so, so crucial, because there's just a lot of details I need to keep track of, a lot of red herrings, especially in this book. A lot of red herrings, a lot of like backstories, a lot of like suspicious people that actually have a really good reason for it, and then vice versa, people who don't seem suspicious at all but then they actually are, but then I gotta figure out like why they are and why they're there and how they're there and who knows about it, and backstories and timelines. Like, it's a lot. So anyway, having that as kind of like my GPS, so to speak, really helps me stay on track and not like get sidetracked, because I know point A and point B and I know how to get there, but it's just like fun because I can kind of make pit stops on the way. But as long as I don't get too off course, it helps me tackle exactly what I need to do, and then I end up writing a lot of words in a short amount of time. So that's my biggest tip. But yeah, it's going really, really well. What can I say? I wrote some pretty bantery Kyle and Natalia scenes, and I don't just mean their me hate, which I talked about before. I mean, like when Kyle recruits her and then they go to an office, which is like their hideout in a cabin in the woods, which Natalia is like, bro's about to kidnap me. There's this really, really like a fun bantery scene that's like girly, we're only in chapter 8, what do you mean? And I promise this is like kind of a slow burn, but it's like, we gotta get the banter in there. Like, they may not kiss until like chapter 24, but it's one of the things that irks me in romances is when the author claims it's a slow burn. And yeah, they don't get together or they don't kiss until the second to last chapter. But there was no chemistry along the way. It was just like they hated each other, or they were like neutral toward each other. And then all of a sudden they're like, and they get together. And then it's like, okay, 6 months later, we're getting married. But it's like, where was this chemistry? Where was the banter? Where was anything that would make us root for you guys? You just did a 180 hot to cold flip. Like, it drives me up a wall. We are not doing that. I'm going to feed you guys with banter and chemistry and like sparks between them early on, even though it is sort of kind of slow burn, because I gotta like build up to that. I got to make these couples so complex because they go through so many ups and downs. Like, I'm gonna write this like one fight scene later. I'm excited, but so many ups and downs. I gotta make it raw and believable, but also like, that's why they're so easy to root for. Whatever couple, whether you're Team Kyle or Team Jaden, like, it has to be easy peasy to root for. Enough me vaguely rambling about something you guys will not understand, except you're like, oh, I'm Team Kyle, I'm Team Jaden. By the way, put it in the comments down below. I am very, very curious. I put up a poll recently and Team Kyle dominated. I already know that. I don't even know why I'm asking at this point, because I think I know, but anyway, I have great plans for both of them. Great plans. So yeah, anyway, I think I'm gonna wrap up today's vlog. Keeping it short and sweet. It's been actually very, 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 very productive, which I am thrilled about. So yeah, it's been good. I'm very, very happy with the progress thus far. So if you enjoyed this video, please make sure to give it a like and subscribe if you are not already. All of my links will be down in the description box down below. All of my socials. I only have 2 socials. I only have YouTube and Pinterest, by the way. If you're curious, if you're like, what's your TikTok? I don't have TikTok, I don't have Instagram, I just have YouTube and Pinterest. So these are the only places you can find me, and of course Spotify, my queen. Also, on that note, check out the playlist. Even if you have already checked it out or you already saved it, I added more songs to the official playlist for Label Innocent Presumed Dead. So it might be worth another listen because things are getting hot and intense. So yay. Anyway, I hope you all are having a lovely day. Thank you so much for being here and sticking around and always supporting me. And I will see you all in next week's video very, very soon. Bye.